Chips and Salsa here, going live for you.
Yes. If you don't know who we are, which I'm assuming you know who we are if you're following us on Instagram. But
if not, check out our YouTube channel and subscribe and like this video.
Yay. Hey, Crystal. So, yeah, we have a YouTube channel, and we have a lot of encouraging tips, practical tips for you, and we are just waiting for more people to log on so we can start our little talk
Valentina.
about co-op.
Hi, Valentina.
Hey, sis. So anyway, we just wanted to talk about co-op because we've gotten a lot of questions on our YouTube comments and just people in general that ask us about co-op and how we run it. So,
and we love our co-op, by the way. It is definitely a highlight of the month. And, well, Crystal said to talk about the gardening, so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Before we get started on our specifics, while we wait for people.
Well, and, I mean, really, co-op is kind of what started Chips and Salsa.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. We got a lot of ideas from that. So,
well, the co-op, not only do we get together a couple times a month and do different learning activities, but we do a lot of field trips together and other activities together. And last month, we got an opportunity to, was that this month?
It was this month.
April is so long this year.
2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, 2 weeks ago, we got an opportunity to plant a flower garden for my in-laws, and we had so much fun, and that was a very enriching activity. So our whole co-op got together. We measured out the flower beds, went to the store, got flowers, planted them in, and did a cleanup, and it looked beautiful.
Yeah, it was wonderful, and we did the whole area. We incorporated math, area and perimeter, and anyway, it was really enriching for all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to do stuff like that. But we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about how it was, why we started co-op. Well, we started because we wanted support with one another. We're like, okay, we both homeschool. You know, I kind of like Dee Dee, so, like, why don't we just do something together? And we started a book club.
Yeah, we really wanted the kids to read really great literature. I mean, you know, everything's funner together.
Yeah. And so we tried it for a little bit just with the books, and then we said, okay, I think we should formalize this. And so we designated 2 days of the month, and we chose basically a book per month. So we chose some really good literature, some classics that we really wanted the kids to indulge in, and I kind of recalled my high school years in IB where we just read, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 books a year, and just discussed and wrote essays about it. So I wanted to kind of take from that model, and that's what we did. So we chose books. We separated the smaller kids from the older kids the first year. We chose some really great classics. We read the books, and then they basically just did lap books.
Yeah, that year we bought some lap books on, what website is that? Confessions of a Homeschooler.
Yeah.
And,
a lot of great ones.
Yeah, the kids were a little younger, so lap books were great, and kind of just kept us with the flow of activity.
Yeah.
And then
we, that evolved into scrapbooking.
Yeah.
Because the lap books got a little bbit redundant because they were all kind of the same format.
Yeah, and as the kids got older, too, it was kind of more simple for them.
Yeah, so we evolved. The next year we read the Chronicles of Narnia, and we did scrapbooks, and we basically scrapbooked our way through Narnia, which was awesome. We had a really great discussion guide that we purchased, and we went based off of that. The kids got really creative, and they had like 2 really nice scrapbooks just full of ideas and questions and drawings and different things.
Yeah,
that they
we
got
let them use their art on that a lot more. And they got to print out pictures and things that helped represent what their ideas were, or their images from Narnia.
But a lot of insightful things. Like we were able to see a lot of insightful things from just their take on the story, which was cool. And then this year we're doing something similar. We're doing scrapbooking, and we're just doing a lot of different books. We kind of chose, because we do have 4 girls and 4 boys in our co-op, so we chose,
can't all be boy books.
No, so we chose some books with like strong female characters, strong male characters, and I think we did a pretty good job balancing. And we kind of kept it chronological too for the ones that were historical fiction. For instance, we just studied where the red fern grows, which is kind of based on the Great Depression, and now we are in doing Number the Stars, which is World War II, so it's right after the Great Depression. So, stuff like that. So we kind of timed it so that it went with our
history a little bit.
Yeah. But we also want to talk to you about how we run co-op. So like I said, we get together twice a month. And do you want to tell them how
we rotate houses, and we get together, and after a while, we just decided, instead of just having tea together, which is what we originally started, having tea and poetry, we've just evolved into having full-on breakfast.
Right.
It just made it simpler. So we coordinate so that we split the money, we coordinate breakfast and lunch together. And so one person will either buy all the lunch or buy all the breakfast. And it's actually been working really great. And that way, you're not rushing to eat and then rush over to co-op. So it just makes it nice. And we'll have tea and discuss our poem.
Yeah, so we do a poem a month. And we analyze it together.
Yeah, so the first co-op will analyze the poem, and the kids are getting good at analyzing poetry. It seemed like for a moment there, they were never going to
do it
add to the conversation.
Yeah.
But they are, and that's been really special. And then we have them memorize the poem throughout the month, and at the last co-op, they have to recite it. Which is another benefit of having a co-op. My kids were already memorizing poems, and since there's 4 of them, it's fun. But when you have an audience outside of your family to memorize for,
competition,
it's a little funner, and you got some peer pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and they're always, and then they come up with songs and stuff.
Put it to a beat or a rap.
I think it was last year they memorized The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats, and they put a song together, and and they did it all on their own. And then this year they did it with Captain My Captain by Walt Whitman. So it was it's a really long poem, and they did it. So it's really great to see. Oh, sorry guys.
We're at a park, so.
We're at a park. Anyway, so we do that, the poem, which is great, and then we study one artist and one composer a month as well. And we'll alternate. One Wednesday we'll do an artist, and then one Wednesday we'll do a composer.
Just to give enough time, because once they get going on their art, you don't want to stop them.
Yeah. And it takes about a good 2 hours, because we study the life of the artist, and we talk a little bit about the technique they use, and then we actually do a piece of art. And so we want to,
And we try. We would like to finish that art piece that day, if possible.
Yeah. And we listen to music while they do art.
And we've been studying jazz. Well, we started doing classical composers originally, which was awesome. And then we moved to jazz composers. And now we're studying score writers.
Yes, we started that. My son squealed for joy when he found
I'm
out
sure.
It was John Williams. I kind of surprised. I told him we were going to do something fun, but we're doing John Williams next co-op tomorrow, and then we're doing Hans Zimmer, and so they were. I know they're going to be really excited to hear the Star Wars theme.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all like musical kids, and of course they love Star Wars. So
yeah. But I feel like it's been so enriching for them to recognize these classical composers and then jazz artists. I mean, I think it's especially your kids. I mean, most likely they're going to be professional musicians. You know what I mean?
Well, my husband's a professional musician and an accomplished jazz artist.
Yeah, so they need that education. So that's really cool. And we're going to continue that. And then the artists, too. I think it's just been great.
Oh, yes. And what's awesome is that they take an enrichment course at our charter with, and one of those classes is art.
Yeah.
And she's reiterated a lot, or we've reiterated a lot of the artists that
Right.
she's also had the kids study, so really
keep learning.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to really encourage you, if you're not part of a co-op, you can start one. Look, I mean, I had heard about co-ops when I first started homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly, for me, the thought of looking for one it was daunting to me. I was like, I don't know. And plus, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, you know?
Well, and it's going to interrupt with your flow,
Right.
with your day, which you already got going on. There's already so many activities and so much going on. Do you even have time for it?
Yeah. So here's what we suggest. Find yourself your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That you know you have a buddy that is like-minded as far as your education goals and things that you know that you want to accomplish. Do it together. And if your kids get along and you're kind of close in age, I mean, so we have ranging from, well, I mean, now kindergarten, but she kind of does her own thing.
Yeah. Really 9 to 12.
Yeah. And
Right
so
now.
we do the same thing. We just operate at different levels, and we expect different levels from each of them. But
Yeah, but that's a really important point. If you are doing, even with your own children, family style learning, your buddy doesn't have to have the exact same age or grade level to make it work.
Yeah.
So you can have a range of ages all doing the same thing, and it's actually might enrich it even more.
Yeah, absolutely, and that has made it really easy. So that's been great. And then we also wanted to keep it small, which is also important, you know, for us, because we want. I don't know. I want control, maybe.
That's probably true. But also, the more dynamic, the more people, the more interactions, the more dynamics that you have to deal with.
Yeah, it gets harder.
It can make things that take longer, drag things out. I mean, so that's a reason to keep it small.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer factor of time management and space.
And that's what I mean. It's just, you know, we want to keep it as simple but enriching and, you know, functional for me is important.
Right.
So anyway, and then this is what ended up happening with our co-op. So we got so just connected on what we wanted to do, and our kids were enjoying it so much that now, next year, we're going to end up doing the same curriculum.
Which we're really excited about because we're kind of aligning, right? Because we want our historical fiction to line up with what we're doing.
Right.
And we were both wanting a language arts curriculum that kind of went together with history, you know, just so that you're not breaking everything up because there's so much to study. So studying artists, studying scientists, studying musicians, all from the same historical time period or hemisphere.
So it all flows together. Yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to do our co-op is now going to include basically all subjects, which is going to be cool.
Yeah.
So,
except math.
Except
we're all doing different math.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Cool. I think it's Sarah Van Arnhem says, moving back to join you guys.
Oh,
we miss you, Sarah. Hey, Lena.
Hi.
Well, now it's question time. I mean, we only have 4 viewers right now, but are there any questions? And if there's not, we're going to post this on Facebook and YouTube, so you can put your questions down below, and we'll be happy to answer them. Mm-hmm. But we just want you to leave with this. Start a co-op.
Yes, it will enrich your life and the lives of your children.
Yeah, it's been so great. Our kids look forward to it so much, and I look forward to it.
Mm-hmm. And we've learned how to make it part of our regular school. Which to me has been a benefit because I don't feel so fragmented.
Right. Yeah, and you have to see the value in it, right? It can't just be like something, I gotta go do co-op. No, it's gotta be like a good
But other moms can contribute to the learning of your children, which has been really great too, because they so look up to, they, of course, I'm the best mom in the group, but they so look forward to Jimena and her cooking and her instruction, and to Crystal and what she brings to the group. They value and appreciate it. They really do. They love you guys so much.
Yeah, same here. And plus, we can help each other. Like, there's times where I'm like, okay, my kids aren't listening to me. Dee, can you go talk to them? Can you help me?
I mean, it's just human nature, right? That you kind of have a little more respect for somebody else who's not your mom.
No, and it really helps the dynamics. Then they feel like, I feel like sometimes my kids may think, oh, I'm expecting too much of them or whatever. But when they, if they hear it from you, or they see that you expect the same of your kids, then it's like, oh, okay, well then.
Yeah, that goes back to that peer pressure, I guess. But also, the comparison. Yeah. And they feel a little more like, oh, okay, mom wants it, but Miss Jimena is expecting me to get this done. That's helpful.
Yeah, it's great. And our kids are basically growing up together, and they're going to have amazing memories, because boy, do we like field trips.
Oh, yes. Our co-op likes to take field trips together, too, which is awesome.
We're going to look back at a lot of great memories, and so we're just building this amazing collage of memories that we're going to enjoy. But anyway, I think that's it. So if there are no questions, we're going to sign off. Share this video if you
are watching this later.
Yeah, if you're watching it later, we will, like I said, we're going to post it on YouTube and Facebook. And let us know down in the comments, are you part of a co-op? What are some of the benefits that you think that this co-op has brought to your life and your kids' lives? And if you don't have a co-op, why? Tell us why. We want to know.
Maybe you'll find your co-op buddy in the thread.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
That would be. But God could do it.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great afternoon.
Yes, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.